Right, I'm ready. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Praise be the Spiral. Hope you're all doing well. Some C64 for a change tonight. It's been 2 weeks since we did some, so it'd be good to get into it. Let me pour a drink because I'm kind of thirsty. Got my ice bucket ready. Got my raspberry vodka ready. I don't have a lot left though. I drank an awful lot on Saturday. I think I drank about half a bottle on Saturday. Because I've only got about a quarter left or so. Maybe a little bit less than half actually, but I felt quite drunk when I went to bed. So cheers, everybody. I've got a fresh bottle of Absolute Watermelon vodka coming on Saturday, so I hope that's nice. I really like watermelon, so hopefully that'll be pretty tasty. Not really a lot to mention tonight. No, I really don't have a lot to say. The competition is coming to a close on Saturday for this month. The challenge I had 2 entries at the moment, so that's a 50% chance to win at the moment for both entrants. I believe there's a couple more coming. There is still just over 24 hours to enter. So I'm kind of worried about what to do for the next one. Actually, for the next gaming challenge in August, it's probably going to be the final gaming challenge, and it's TRSC Turbo Rascal, which I think Prince Phase is probably going to end up helping with, or Luat. One of those two, at some point, will probably be enlisted to help out a little bit. And I just want to thank Monsters Go Boom as well for all their help. Through this as well. Yeah. On the plus side, just to answer that question, actually, there, Amok. On the plus side, I hopefully should have the debugger working with the emulator tomorrow. It's close now, but not quite there yet. I don't know why I've got a debugger file here. That's weird. Okay, I'm not sure what that's about at all, but I shall leave it there. Because I have a debug file here, so I don't know what that one's about. So yeah, the commands to make it work, so the serial commands that currently work with the hardware are exactly the same on XEMU, except that they don't use a serial interface; they use a TCP socket. So I've just started kind of testing the interface just before the stream. I didn't really get to do very much, but I was having a few problems getting the socket messages to actually kind of terminate themselves. So they were basically opening a message connection, and then the packet was never being resolved. It was always just staying open. So let me turn the font size up. There we go. So yeah, I'll work on that a little bit tomorrow if I get a chance, with a view to kind of releasing that before, at the very least, before August when the next game challenge is, but hopefully a lot sooner than that. Other news is as well, I have got the difficult part of the next challenge out of the way, so I have to write some data generation code. So I need to be able to generate the data that you guys will be using in the next challenge. And it wasn't a complicated process, but it allowed me to see the sort of algorithms you're going to have to write. So that was kind of interesting. I've got that working now, so that's going to be ready to go. I'm hoping I can get the thing done for Saturday, so I can announce the competition on Saturday. But failing that, it'll be on Tuesday, because I do have to write the wrapper and the rules as well. I need to read over the rules a few times just to make sure that they make sense, basically, and there's nothing that can be kind of taken the wrong way and kind of exploited for. Not that anybody's been exploiting any of these things. So yeah. Make bigger writing, please. Yeah, there you go. Airwolf August, yeah. August should be Airwolfy. Oh, that's a really good point, actually. That's a really good point. Maybe that can be the challenge. Maybe, uh, yeah, that could be quite funny. Could be quite funny. I know that was. Oh, is listen working? Andy, give me a listen just to see if it's working. Because, oh, and can you let me know what the lag's like tonight? I've set the frame rate to 30 frames a second instead of 60, just to see if that made a difference. Cool, that's working. I can hear that. 6 seconds. Okay, so it hasn't made a difference, but I do notice my camera looks way less smooth than normal, which is a bit annoying. Okay, so it's not that. God, I wish I knew what it was. I really do wish I knew what it was. Okay, let me add points to you all to start the quiz, and then we'll crack on. Yeah, I have no idea what it is. I might have to speak with John about what settings he's using. Because I don't. Yeah, maybe it's because it's going through the 3 network, but I don't have problems with anything else. That's the weird thing. But maybe they're doing something weird with Twitch for some reason. I don't know what it would be, to be honest. All right, let me start the races, and then we'll crack on with stuff. So tonight's Cecconoid. We're going to continue where we left off. So we were doing the death routine last time. There we go. That's the button. So we're going to finish that off tonight, and more. If I mean, I'm not going to promise we do more, because every time I do that, I end up not having enough, really, not having enough time to finish things. So my first fucker, I just read Deft's message in chat. Okay, cool. Is that it? I think that's it, really. Yeah, that's it. I think I have ordered the remaining Nexus board as well. So I've got 2 ready for next month. And what I will be doing with the Pi 4. So the Pi 400s are not going to be challenge giveaway. They're just going to be giveaway to people on the channel. So those of you who were around at Christmas and before will know how that works. So you save your channel points up. You use the channel points to buy a ticket, and then the tickets get entered into the draw, and whoever gets drawn gets the gets the prize, and there'll be two drawn on the night as well. So you can buy multiple tickets, but you can't win multiple times. So nobody will be winning 2 Pi 400s. You'll win one, and then that's it. You're removed from the draw. Although you may come up on the wheel again, but we'll just spin again if your name comes up again. And I'm not sure what the maximum number of tickets to buy will be. It'll probably be either 3 or 5. I'm not sure. So oh yeah, Quadrisol. In fact, Quadrisol, because you gave the prize to Hayes last time, I'm going to give you 2 free tickets this time as well. So you will get 2 tickets on top of whatever you purchase as well, because you did give away your prize last time. I think that's only fair. Okay, cool. And that's as I say, that's for a Pi 400. So it's for the starter kit. So you'll get this, and the SD card, and all the cables that go with it, and all the power limits and stuff. Du, 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 du. What don't you like, Cam? What did you do? I guess you bet all your points to get away again. Oh no, you bet 3 million. Oh my god. Oh my god, you're crazy, Amok. Absolutely crazy. All right, let's take a look at this. So first of all, let's make sure it builds. I haven't built this since I rebuilt my reinstalled my Windows, so hopefully everything's all right. Seems to be. Make sure there's no music coming on in here, which there most likely is. Oh, I had the audio coming out the speakers as well. There we go. Oh yeah, everything was committed. The thing is, I have it's a 3-stage backup. So I have my machine, I have my NAS drive, and then I have the cloud as well. So I've always got a lot. The only problem was the other day I accidentally deleted. Well, I told you this. I deleted my DMA test stuff, but thankfully Amok was really kind and went through my stream and gave me all the code, like rebuilt the code from the source from scratch and sent it to me, which I still need to upload actually, but I shall do it at some point. So yeah, thank you Amok for that. Okay, so this is kind of working. That's good. It's a good start, right? Okay, the joystick isn't working on the other keys, so probably I need to configure it. That's why. Yeah, I do. All right. Configure key set B. Okay, so I just use for this. There we go. Okay. So what I want to do tonight is the death routine. So you can see I die there and I reappear on the screen, or I should do. Oh no, it's going to. Yeah, I do because I've got lives left. But what it should do is it should drop any power-ups I have as well. So that's the first thing we're going to do. I'm going to put the power-ups on the screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to die over here so that my power-ups are away from me so I can see them. But it seems to be working pretty much. I think the timing needs to be reduced a little bit. I think it's a bit slow to respawn me on the screen. Yeah, it should be like half of that time basically. So we'll fix that first, and then we'll basically make the power ups drop. So what I'll need to do is give myself some power ups first, and then I can drop them properly. So I think the way the power ups work, and I will confirm this, but for now I'm just going to make it drop something, and then I can verify it later. Thank you for the host, by the way, Andy. Appreciate it. Cheers. I think what happens is if you have double shot and you drop and you die, you will drop a double shot power up. If you have triple shot and you die, you will drop a triple shot power up. So you drop whatever weapon you have. Speed wise, I think what happens is if you have picked up some speed and you have at least one, then you will drop a speed power up. I think if you have more than one, it will drop a double, but that was the most it will ever drop, I think. I'm not sure if it drops the mace, but we're going to drop the mace anyway. We're going to drop it if you do die. So, and then we'll go and take a look at the real game and see if we can get to a position where we've got all those things and try and drop them, try and die and see what we actually drop. Then once we've got that in place, we can start doing things like turning the laser on, laser death on, so you actually get killed by the laser. You already get killed by the mines. That's kind of it really for things that can kill you. For now, anyway. It does drop mace. Okay, cool. Do the power-ups disappear if not picked up in time? Yes, indeed they do. Yeah. So, which is something we already have with the power-up system anyway. So it's really just a matter of spawning 3 power-ups or up to 3 power-ups where you died, and then just leave the game system to kind of despawn them if you don't grab them in time. Okay, so let's make some windows that we can see here. I am using Sublime 4 now, so there is a little bit of difference in a few places, but it's kind of minor. The changes are not that huge, to be honest. But it is a lot better at autocomplete now, I've noticed, so that's good. Okay, so I've got that window. I need to open player. Let's take a look. Okay, so yeah, so we've got player weapon strength here. Player has mace. Okay, so at the moment the weapon strength is just a single value. This may need to change because there is the weapon type as well, which we don't seem to have in here. So I'm just going to put weapon strength onto 3 and see what happens. Put the mace on. And player speed. Oh, interesting. So player speed is a value, like a fractional value, rather than let's move some of these things around so that we've got, okay, so this is, oops. So these 3 things here are based on power-ups that you pick up. But this value here is just a player speed value. It doesn't tell us like how many power-ups we've picked. So I'm going to go and have a look at what the speed does, and then we can work out probably from that what to drop. So I need to figure out how the speed works. Does it always just drop 1? Does it sometimes drop a double speed? How does that work, and when does it do that? So I will test that out shortly. For now, I'm just gonna go in here. Okay, so it's weapon strength. Oh, weapon chars is just being loaded. Okay, so we need to figure out what that is doing, because the weapon char value is in this location. So I'm gonna find out where that is, and I'll make an alias to it somewhere. Load weapon chars. Here we go. Oh, okay. So it's not actually load weapon chars. Okay, let's take a look at what that's actually doing in here. So it's taking 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so this value can just be stored somewhere. All right, that's fine. So I'm going to do that in here. I'm going to do it right here. So yeah, player. What do we have? Player. Let's call it weapon ID. That's probably enough. Which means now when the player grabs a weapon, this value should update and should allow us to work out exactly what weapon we've got, which actually means we probably don't need the weapon strength as such, but I'm going to keep it in because I don't want to edit the code to break that. So it's not really going to make much difference if I keep that around. Then what else do I need? I need to know how the speed works. So there are 2 speed pickups that you can get, and it looks like power up speed boost times 2. Okay, so they add a value which doesn't seem to be here. Oh, it's going to be in constants, isn't it? Power up speed boost. There it is. Okay, so it adds a third. Well, no, not a third actually. That's, what is that value? That's going to be 50. So it's about a fifth of a unit of speed, basically. So to have double speed, we would be at 166 in here. Okay, we'll put player weapon ID on 3 as well. Should match that, and player has the mace. All right, let's try that out and see what we've got. Yeah, it was £50 game voucher at Bitmapsoft that he gave to Hayes. So I'm gonna give him 2 tickets, free tickets into the Pi 400 draw at the weekend. No, it wasn't for the Pi. It was the bonus prize that Jamie from Bitmapsoft gave. As you remember, we drew the name, and it was Hayes who got the name. Oh, quadricycle. Oh, there we go. There you go. See, I don't know. I just assume, and I shouldn't assume. So, thank you for clarifying that, Steps. Yeah, Hayes got the draw, and we gave Hayes 5 minutes to claim it, and he didn't claim it in time. So we did another draw, and Quadricycle won the draw, and then literally a few seconds later, Hayes came back. So Quadricycle very kindly donated the prize to Hayes, which was very kind of her. I'll remember that now. I've got to remember that in my head. Oh god, this vodka's really good. Uh, okay, cool. Okay, I think we. Okay, I'm here. Why is this paused here? What's going on? Oh, unknown symbol, player weapon ID. Okay, player weapon ID. Oh, because I need to actually, where is it? Wherever it's been awarded here, it needs to be player. Yeah. Um, so I'm hoping as well next week to start doing some PlayStation Fridays as well. So just playing some PS5 games on the Fridays. Um, because I do want to give away the Vic, the Vic. I do want to give away Resident Evil Village at some point. Let's see. This is just going to hit the bloody thing. How am I going to do this without hitting those? There we go. It's actually quite hard to do. Okay, cool. There we go. So it's half that value there. Which games? I'm not sure what I'm going to play yet. I will be giving away Resident Evil Village on the PS5. It's a brand new game that I've unopened. I'm never going to open it, so I'll be giving that away. Um, I'll probably do that towards the end of the month, though. Um, but it's going to be either it might be Returnal because I really want to kind of get good at that game. But I've also got Demon Souls, Ratchet and Clank, Sackboy, Big Adventure, and Spider Man. Um, but I just want to kind of start doing that for a while, and then eventually, probably the month after, I'll start doing the PlayStation 5 game giveaways as well. Where once we've given away Resident Evil Village, I'll be doing the giveaway thing where, as I play through the game, once I complete it, you can win the copy of the game. It will be a second-hand game, but it will be used once to play through on stream. That's it. It's no use to me once I've played it. PS5 giveaway. Well, as I said, I will add a little kind of a sub counter sort of thing. So it won't be like the normal sub counters where you see how many subs somebody's got, um, and they set a target. It will just be a counter that starts at 0, and whenever a new sub comes in, it will increment a little bit, and then once that reaches like a certain value, then the giveaway will have an extra game at the end of the game. So say I'm playing Spider-Man, right? And I will give this away at the end of the stream, right? At the end of the once the game is complete, I give it away. If before the end of that time I get enough subs to pay for another copy, then I will give away 2 copies. However, if by some miraculous event I manage to get enough subs to pay for a PS5, then maybe I'll give away a PS5 at the end of the the gameplay once the game's complete. So it all depends on that. Because I don't care. The money to me is not important. I enjoy doing these things. Um, so anything that the streams make, I'd rather give them back. So I'd rather give back to the users. And if I just dedicate one day a week to doing this, and anything that is gained in that time goes towards the prize at the end of completing the game. And it takes me a long time to complete a game, as you can all attest to. So you're talking a couple of weeks before it's ready. So there's quite a few streams probably going to happen before the prize is won. So certainly the opportunity to gain decent prizes as well. and to buy a PS5 Mega 65 Vampire for V4. Yeah, do you know what? I've got a Vampire. What is mine? I think mine's I don't know. I think I can't remember if mine's a V2 or a V3, but it's I got a Vampire for the A500. It's really good as well. I mean, it makes the Amiga super quick. Problem is the Mega 65 is probably going to end up surpassing it because it's going to probably end up having um full kind of Amiga emulator support, but with an actual Commodore keyboard and the a working disk drive as well. So you'll be able to just stick Amiga discs into the Mega 65 and play Amiga games. And if that happens, then I have absolutely no need whatsoever for my Vampire. So I need a game to come out for the PS5 that my wife really wants, and I can buy her a PS5. Try to think what's coming up soon. There's bound to be a new Tomb Raider soon. I would guess within the next year or two, there'll be a new Tomb Raider. There's Horizon Forbidden West that will be coming out at the end of this year, I believe. What else is there going to be? There's a few. There's a few good games, I think. They've got why Apollo Team went for. Yeah, nor me, to be honest. Nor me. It makes a lot of sense considering what they've been making. And they've been edging more and more towards basically replacing everything in the Amiga. So it would have made sense. Okay, all right. Let's half the time we take to respawn. I have no idea where that is, so it's going to be fun trying to find that. Stick the constants on that side so I can see them and get rid of the search results. Right. Player is dying, so we know that gets set. So let's go and find where that is actually set, and that should give us an idea where the dying routine is. Okay. Spawn player. Okay, so spawn player's here. Player is dying, gets set to 0, so it's not that one. So where's the kill? There should be a kill player somewhere. Kill player, here we go. And we store FF in. So I think if I just set that to 7F, it should be fine. That'll be around about half. I do need to check what happens in this routine. Okay, so what it's actually doing is... if it's not a certain value, then it skips the particles. Okay, so let's set that to 7F instead of FF. Let's see if that works. Last of Us 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to remake that for the PS5. They'll do a remastered version, I'm sure of it. No, Resident Evil, if I win that result, yeah. Also, Resident Evil 7 is on the PS5 as well, although it's just a performance enhanced PS4 version. But I've added it to my library for when I get round to that game. Okay, let's have a look. So hopefully now we should respawn. Oh my god. Oh god, I need to turn the mace off. The mace is too much. It's making it hard to do this. Well, I can test the mace. Oh, I tell you what I can do. I can turn the mace collision off. That's what I can do. Mace update. Check mace collision. There we go. Which does all this and then returns. So if I just do an RTS before that. Hey, Dogster, welcome. I think they are. I'm sure somebody said they were doing a reboot of the Silent Hill franchise. I vaguely remember that. I need to check that. Yeah, there's reports from like a few different places that saying there is a new Silent Hill coming. So, hey, Jez Dukes, yeah, I'm not bad, thank you. How are you? Mace is the best part of the game. Yeah, it is a really good part of the game, but unfortunately, it makes it really hard to test dying because it prevents you from dying so easily. It's so overpowered. Oh shit! There we go. Oh my god! I got to die now. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. Okay, so now let's make it. So let's leave that in place, and let's make it drop some power ups. Okay, so what do we need to spawn a power up? I think we can just do add power up. I think that's all it is. Init spawn player. No, it's power ups. Add power up. Okay, so add power up, and these are our values, and I must have that window open. There we go. Tickety boo. Good, good, good. Yes, he did. He sent me a message to say he'd got it. That's really cool. Yeah, so Megastyle actually have a lot of Nexus hardware now. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they come up with. It's gonna be really interesting. They've got some great artists there and some really good coders as well. Good, in fact, good at everything, sound as well. So it's gonna be fun to see what you guys come up with. I'm really looking forward to it. Um, yeah. I keep toying with the idea as well of adding Mega 65 support into Cecconoid as well, but I need my SD card loader to work first. When that works, then I will be something that I add. I'll probably only take a stream or two to do that. So, but I might do that a bit later on when we get closer to the end of the project, because I don't want to distract too much from the C64 stuff. Okay, so when the player dies, we need to do some checking. So it's not on this. Wait, is it on this bit? Yeah, it is on this bit, isn't it? Because I think they drop straight away. Okay. So here, basically, we set is the player dying? Yes, we decrease the lives, and then we draw the new lives value here, and then here we can do power ups. Drop drop power ups. I did actually copy some stuff from here, but I'm going to do it here. Drop power ups. So drop power ups is basically just going to take a look at what we've already got and drop a corresponding power up. So that basically means we need a YPOS and an XPOS, and a value, a bonus type to drop. So let's do this at the very last here. And we'll just do this as 3 separate checks. So there'll be one check to see if we've got the mace, one check to see if we've got speed, and one check to see which weapon we've got, and they will get dropped. Now they need to be dropped with a little bit of randomness around the value. So what we'll do is we'll grab the player position and then we'll add a random value to it. Which should kind of shake things up a little bit. So let's start by grabbing the player position. So now, hang on. We do actually move the player. Actually, we don't do it there. We do it in here. We don't do it until this point. So that's good. So we can actually grab this position now. So this position, this is the integer value. There is a fractional value here, but we just want this value. So so let's say grab X and Y and add random component. So the way this is going to work is going to be quite simple. I'm going to take a value from the random generator, the random number generator, which I'm hoping I have. I'm pretty sure I do. I need to check though now. Where's my game loop? There it is. Oh, do you know what? I don't think I do. How can I not have random? Surely I do, because I have random particles as well. So there has to be. There has to be. Utils random. There we go. Thought I did. All right. BT steps. Sorry, it goes silent sometimes when I'm catching up with chat, but I'm really looking forward to getting the Mega 65 debugger out as well. So the version that's there now works with the hardware, and I added a new icon today and updated the PRG loader, so it's almost instant now. No more waiting of 10 seconds for it to load. It's almost instant. But it would be really good when it works with the emulator as well. I tell you, I can really tell it's 30 frames a second. I don't know about you guys, but I really, really can tell. So I will not be doing that again. This will be the one and only time I do 30 frames a second again. It had no effect on the frame rate anyway, on the latency anyway. Okay, so we're going to grab a random number, and I'm going to and that with 0s. So now I've got a value from 1 to 16. I can change this if I need to, but for now I'm just going to do that. Then I'm going to do two things. First of all, I'm going to add our player X value. Now this needs to be half value. So actually, I need to do this a little bit different. Okay. So what I'm going to do this here. So I'm going to load the accumulator with this value. I'm going to shift that to the right, and then I'm going to load this value and roll that to the right. So that's going to give me the half value, and then I'm going to store that at, what's this going to be? This I'm just going to call this half x. Oops. And I'm going to do these here as well. So load accumulator, no, x is that. So half x. Load accumulator with y pos. Let's call it half x pos and y pos. Still pressing things like I'm on an American keyboard. It's a bit annoying. Okay. Okay, so now I've stored that value, I can do this random stuff. In fact, let's just get both the values and then we'll add the randoms. So, and I think this actually, I should probably put this into a separate routine, which I will do in a second, so that I can call it 3 times from inside in up here. So, in fact, let's call that now. So spawn power up player. And this is going to be basically called by this function. So it will work like this. Oops. So we'll load whatever the power up is here. I think I've got a list of them up here. No, I thought I would have the names of them, but I don't. Oh, I do. Where are those then? Oh, they're here. Okay. Yeah, so it'd be something like this. There we go. In fact, let's do it like that for now. Let's just spawn 3. So we'll spawn that. We'll spawn speed 1, and we'll spawn a mace as well. How's everybody's Thursday been? Has it been as long and dreary as mine has been? It's kind of dragged mine today, to be honest. You can stream at 30 and record at 50. Yeah, I guess it might help with some people, because I know some people have connection issues when I stream at 60 frames a second. So, yeah, I will look into that. It just seems weird when I look at that. I mean, let me know if you think the 30 frames feels a bit odd, with things like the race and stuff like that. Just let me know. Um, but as long as I can record at 60, then that's fine. So mine was long day at work, but except for that, it's been a great day with my kids. Okay, good. Yeah, mine was just kind of long, and I had to write a lot of reports today, which was a bit frustrating. So, but that's life. That's work, I guess. Pays the bills, so can't complain. Okay, so we want player X. This is player Y. Player Y doesn't need any of this crap, so it can just be like so. Seems rather high as well. There we go. Okay, and now we need to add some random values. So for the X position, we need to add half of the random value. So the way it's going to work is quite simple. I'm going to add this value, then I'm going to subtract half of the value from it. So in this case, 0.8. Oh my god, I pressed the button again. There we go. And then I'm going to add our half x pos to it, and then I'm going to store that at half x pos. What that's going to do is going to make sure that the value ranges from 8 less than the value in half x pos and 8 more. So that's what I do due to lag of some. Yeah, I was hoping it would fix the lag, but it didn't seem to do anything anything at all. It was kind of a bit of a letdown, really. I thought it was going to fix people's lag, but it didn't. Spent 2 hours talking to Experian trying to get access to our account with him. What are you talking about? You said add and typed and. Yeah, add here basically. So the and is just to trim the random numbers down to 52 to 0 to 15. Then I'm subtracting 8 from it, so I get a number from -7 to plus -7 to +7, and then sorry, -8. Yeah, to -8 to +7, and then I add it to the position, and this just makes the range either side. So, okay, yeah, it's highly likely. I'm drinking vodka, so it happens. So with the Y position, we need the and to be a bit more, and the reason we need it to be more is because it's not a half position; it's a full position. This might be too much, though. I might have to reduce this a little bit. So we'll take a look how that looks when we're done. Then the only thing I need to do is I need to store the value that's in the accumulator here into power up file. Let's call it, and that will be in the Y register. I'm using more and more self-mod code as we go along, to be honest. I'm becoming less and less afraid of it. I think if you're careful with it, it can be these could spawn in a wall. That's why I need to check the range on them. You will, as you approach them, though, they will move towards you. So the power-ups have no collision whatsoever. So even though they could spawn in a wall, if you go near them, they will move towards you. But it would be good if they weren't completely in the wall. If they were just half in the wall, that would be absolutely fine. But so you could still see them. If they were completely in a wall, you might not see them because the wall could be completely white. So, but yeah, very good point, Nicomo. Very good point indeed. Oh man, the vodka is really good. Somebody just said 42 about rank on the thing, and I've just looked at I just flicked over to my stream editor thing, and it's on 42 viewers as well. It's a sign. It's a sign, guys. And Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is on the background. It's like the ultimate kind of alignment of things. Please tell me you picked that background on purpose. That's 43, 44 now. Guys, it's all spoiled now. Where is the towel? I do actually. Oh no, I don't. Damn it! I did have a towel here before. Shit! Oh my god! I don't know where my towel is. I'm doomed. I'm doomed because I don't know where my towel is. I could have done with sucking on the painkiller corner, to be honest. Oh well. Okay, so in theory now this should work. Let's give this a try. Oh, what's that background? Oh man, Andy, they're gonna love this. They might actually be able to. How many more do they need? 3 more, maybe 3 or 4 more. Until they figure out. Add power up. Where's that not? Add power up. Add power up. Oh, because it's lowercase. There we go. Yeah, 3 or 4 more, I think, and then you can reveal what the series is and get even more angry. Andy, as you still won't be able to get what they are. Yes, James Bond had a Rover 218 coupe. Imagine. I'd watch that film. Oh, okay. So I didn't seem to drop anything then, actually. Oh, it didn't drop anything because I didn't call it. So, oh no, I did. I must have called it. Hang on. I must have called drop power ups. Hmm. Yeah, I think I did. I think I did call it. So let's take a look. Also, I seem to be able to open multiple instances of Vice, which is not something I can normally do. So I'm just going to check my settings because I'd rather not do that, so I don't have millions of these open. Save settings on exit. I don't know where that would be actually. Yeah, I don't know where that is. I'll have to come back and check that, but I definitely seem to be able to open multiple. Okay, so the mace is staying still, but it's definitely not dropping any powers. But also, it didn't flash the border here either. The border didn't. Oh, there is a. There looks like there's a border color set there. So let's just check. That's. I have no idea what that is. Oh, cart loader. Okay, game loop. Okay, well, according to the there's border 0 there. Okay, let's get rid of that. Cars, cars. James Bond didn't have. Beer milkshake. Oh, that would have to be in there as well. That's a good one. I do need to add a full set of Red Dwarf quotes. Yeah, the border didn't change at all. Oh, mind you, look, that's still flashing down there for some reason. Something is set in that border color. I don't know what it is. Border 0, border null. Oh, actually, they shouldn't do anything if the debug is off, which it is. So I don't think it's that. Let's check where else it might be. Multiplex sprites. I mean, possibly here, but again, yeah, let's just turn those off for a second. I just want to make sure there's none of these places that are just going to set the border to something weird and then prevent me from seeing if it actually works properly, which I think that's going to do now. I don't think that's being called properly. I think that's all it is. And do you know why? It's because I've not saved that file. That's why. It stopped saving the files on F8 now. That's kind of irritating. So I'll know it's working because there'll be no black dots at the bottom here, which there isn't now. Okay, good. Wait, are you writing these down? Yeah, SP has everything. SP has pretty much. I think he's only missing a couple of the backgrounds. Ah, there we go. Okay, cool. So if I come over here, oh, now they don't give me too long, so maybe I need to reduce the spawn time a little bit again. So let's do that and change that. Also, I think I might have actually picked some up then. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this first of all to 3F there and 3F here. But I'm also going to change the border flash to when I pick up a power up instead. Move to player, consume power up there. I'm going to put it there. So now if I take a power up, the border should go up. So yeah, see, it picks them up. So I need to make sure that this and this is not active when the player is dying. So if I do it here, if I do load player dot is player is dying. And if that's equal to 0, then jump to here, otherwise return. And then I need to do the same on move the player as well. This one here. Yeah, all right. Okay, so they get immediately picked up because of where I die, but that's fine. That's kind of what I want, really. Okay, so the other thing I need to do is if we're dying is not show the mace. So there was something I believe that did this already. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was the screen transition. Okay, so in here somewhere. Let's do a search for scroll. No, it's not in there. It's probably in the game loop then. Scrolling map direction. Okay. Not that one. Oh, maybe it is that one actually. Maybe. Okay, yeah. So it probably needs to be separate here. So in this case, what I need to do is only draw the mace. So here, right? So let's just do it straight away at the beginning. So loading accumulate player is dying. If that's equal to 0, jump there. Otherwise, return. We don't show it. So now, when we die, hopefully the mace will disappear. But then, when you pick it up again, it will reappear. I think I need to lower the percentages. I might lower it to 70. I think because that's 7 out of 10, isn't it? So, I mean, as it stands, if there is 10, you need to get 8 of them. So that's a little bit unfair, kind of. So, but it's not going to be for this series. It's going to be for later on. So it is a lot of fun. I'm laughing because I know what the link. I know what the link is. I think it's hilarious. Okay, that should be working now. Why is that not loading? Oh, there we go. Right file. I mean, you are probably tempting people now as well. It's a tempting offer, that's for sure. Oh, I missed that. If that worked or not, I think it did. So I might need to change the amount of time that the power up stays around for. Oh, these aren't going to blow up. These aren't going to hurt me, are they? Because there's no. Okay, so these need to be. So the only thing that can kill me at the moment is the spikes. We also need to make sure that these kill. That will be the next task, actually, making sure that these can actually kill you. Okay, the mace stayed around though. That's not good. Oh, also power ups. Look at that. Oh, we need to fix that. Okay. Okay. Well, that's an interesting place to start. Okay, so we've got a few things. So first of all, the mace is not disappearing. So let's get that. Um, yeah. So the mace stays on screen, which is not good. So I guess what I need to do is if the player is dying here. Oh, I need to do this. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is call this hide mace. And I'm going to flip this on its head. There we go. That should fix that issue. And then the next issue is, pardon me, is making the power ups not stay on the screen when we scroll across screens. Yeah, okay. We need to get rid of that. Okay, so that's quite easy. When the screen starts moving, You just despawn the power-ups. Should the power-ups stay at the screen and you can come back to the screen where you drop them? No, they once you leave the screen, they should disappear. I don't know. Well, there you go. Andy's answered my question. I wasn't sure if they did that on the proper game or not, but from our point of view, it's way more complicated to make them persist on a screen. So I'm just going to make them despawn. It's an easy thing for me to do. There is a clear, or there should be a clear. If there's not, then we need to add one. Reset power-ups. Yeah, reset. There we go. And then in the scroller, so in maps, map loader, is it? I think. Scroll map. Where's the actual? There should be somewhere in here which actually does all the other resets. I need to find where it is, so I'm not. Mustn't be that one then. In that case, let's take a look what happens to the player. Okay, so player, when you go off the edge, check screen edges, next screen map loader, next screen. There we go. Yeah, here we go. So items reset, decals reset, passable areas reset, power ups dot reset. Consistent names apart from particles for some reason. Oh, I loved this game. It was really, really good game. Hey, monsters. Okay, let's try this out. So we should see Mace disappearing, which I think it was doing, and we should see the power-ups disappear when we try and... No, the Mace is still not disappearing. And also the power-up doesn't disappear either. Although it's still in the multiplexer. So, okay, so what I need to do here then is I also need to reset the multiplexer data for that particular item. Oh, that's going to be fun. Oh, it's already in sprite indexes. Okay, they're here. Okay, that's good then. So if I do that, thank you for the bits, monsters. I'm going to pour a fresh vodka to say thank you for that. Actually, let me get some. I've got my little ice bucket next to me, of course, with the most useless piece of ice in the world in it. Oh, that'll do. That'll do. There's one just huge chunk of ice in there that's absolutely no use to anybody. You need to get some vodka. Yeah, this is delicious. This is absolute raspberry. It's really, really nice. I've never really been a fan of flavored vodka, but this has changed my mind on that. I'm very much enjoying it. Cheers, everyone, and thank you, monsters, for the bits. Okay, so I need to set these values basically in the reset function. So stored data, X. What is that? Wait, what is that doing? X data. Oh, that's just filling the entire. It's just filling this entire thing with zeros. That's fine. But what I should do first is to set these values. So I'm going to do two loops in here. So we're going to do We're going to set the frame to 0. We're going to set the Y-pos to FF, and that should reset these. And compare that to, actually, if I do this backwards, it's probably better. Okay, that should reset them. Yeah, I do like raspberry's my favorite fruit flavor. It's not my favorite fruit. Like if I do like a raspberry, but it's not my favorite. I don't think it's the most flavorful fruit itself, but raspberry flavoring in stuff, oh, it's to die for. My absolute Achilles heel when it comes to raspberry flavors is those little, is it Mawam? I think it's called little Mawam chew bars, and they do a raspberry flavored one of them, and it's so good. Yet weirdly, raspberry yogurt, which has actual raspberries in, also love. I think it's my favorite flavor of yogurt as well. Actually, no, that's a lie. Black cherry is my favorite, but raspberry's a very close second. Your town is a raspberry capital of the world. Oh, I need to go there. Is that Turbo Outrun? Looks like it. These guesses are brilliant. Okay. Is that loaded? Yeah, it should be. Oh, God, I really need to figure out why it's letting me load multiple voices. Never normally does that. I think it's because I'm having to use a custom command now because the make stuff doesn't work properly for some reason. Okay, mate is still visible, but they did disappear. They definitely did disappear because I didn't grab them. They disappeared. So let's just try that again by dying over here. Okay. Yeah, okay, they disappear. Okay, that's good. The only problem is that the mace is not disappearing, so I need to figure out why that is. Which should be in the mace update or wherever it is here. Hide mace. So if player is dying, then hide the mace. I mean, that should be enough, I think. Oh, it's not that, is it? It's that. Because it's oh no. It's the mace is a particular number, that's right. This isn't to do with fractional values or anything. This is just to do with the mace being sprite number 2. Yeah, because these are twos down here. And player positions. Okay. So I need to figure out the mace thing. I want to spread out the power-ups a little bit more. I don't think they're spreading out quite enough. And we also need to make sure that we reset the player stuff as well. So down here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the player speed, the player weapon strength, and the player weapon ID to 0. Well, the speed will be 1, but so this would be player weapon strength. Oops, stupid thing. Player weapon ID. What was the other one? Player has mace to 0. This will also be the lower byte of speed as well. So player speed plus 0, and then the speed plus 1 will be 1. Okay, so reset player power up state. So you have to go and pick the power ups. Let's spread the power ups out a little bit. So let's just increase these values. This is probably too much now, but let's just see how it looks. I have a feeling it's going to end up in the wall a bit more now. So heresy apricot yogurt is the one true flavor. I don't mind a bit of apricot yogurt, especially if it's got good chunks of apricot in. I do like an apricot. Oh, I see they're far too in the wall there, which I don't like. So just to check, okay, so I've got double shots here. Yeah, they spread out way too much. I've still got double shots. Also, I can't seem to destroy those. But that might just be because I've not set the persistence for this screen probably. Screen 22. Let's take a quick look. Let's sort these little bugs out as we go along. Screen 22. Where's our maps? Screens. Screen 22. Syst 22. Oh, okay. You should be able to destroy those. All right, let's load again and see what's going on. Shellfire now, yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe that's what it did. Ah, yes, thank you. That's a 5-pointer if that's correct. I think you might be right there. I think you might be right. But it didn't change my weapon ID, which was interesting. So maybe the weapon ID needs to be... Oh, no, it needs to... I know what it needs to do as well. So we'll do that quickly while we're here. But I think you're right about it. In fact, let's just prove that you're right and give you your points for that, because... So if I just come into this screen and start, like, if I shoot these barrels here, they explode, right? And I think you're right. I think it's because I have a weapon strength of 1 at this point. But now, oh, yes, I have a weapon strength of 1 again because I say yes. So you're right. Okay, points for Nicomo. There we go. Hey, Warlock, how's it going? Good spot there. Good spot indeed. I'm going to, with my new overlay as well, there'd be nice little bells and whistles when people earn points like that as well. Because it's kind of a little bit of a letdown. You get the points and you only know because you look at your AMK points in the table. Well, I need to come up with a whole set of alerts. I want some new alerts. So I've got some ideas of roughly what I want to do. So yeah, good. Got some bacon, eggs, and coffee. Ooh. I could do with some bacon right now, actually. It would go really nice with the vodka. Weirdly. Okay, so let's try those. So the other thing we need to do is we need to make sure we set the correct weapon chars. So that basically means what I need to do is I need to load weapon char 0, which is basically reset back to the beginning again. And that is in here. When we drop the power-ups, we also need to load the original weapon back in, because the weapon is loaded, even though our weapon is our weapon strength and ID is set, the actual character that's used is loaded in from outside the font set. So this, why am I on weapon strength? Wait, what? Do I not have player weapons strength 3 player? Oh, because I don't load the weapon in here either. So yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to do that because that was in. But as soon as I grab the power up, so if I die and grab the power up, right, there we go. Right, so now I've got this double strength, and it takes 1 shot to kill those spikes. And you can see I've got double shot. And then when I die again, I've now got single shot again until I go and grab that, which I'm not going to be quick enough to do. Yes, I am. There we go. Oh, just fast enough. And there we go. Okay, so so the mace is not disappearing, so that's one thing we need to fix. So player has mace should be 0. And when we're dying, it shouldn't show either. Actually, does it stop appearing if I? Oh god, I wish it wouldn't spawn all these. I wonder if it stops appearing if I die over the other side of the room, come back. Okay, yeah. You send the equivalent amount of money to me in Bitcoin. And I have ETH. Reminds me, so I need to check what my Ethereum is on at the moment, because the machine next to me is actually generating them, but I have no idea. Yeah, the mace is gone, so, and it does appear again when I do that. Okay, so there is. Okay, this is weird then. So the only thing that seems to be going wrong is that it's not spawning it properly. I think the explosion is too far as well. So I'm gonna put these back to what they were. They're just gonna have to stay as these kind of these values. They're a bit close together, but I think it's better than the one they were before. So ribs is what I had tonight. Actually, well, I say ribs. It was a rib, but it was a big kind of beef rib. So very tasty, beef rib with gravy and skin on fries as well. Very nice. Is my electric bill a lot? It's not too bad actually. The thing is my electric bill was always relatively high compared to most people anyway, because I have a lot of kind of gadgets on in my room anyway, and the girlfriend also uses a computer a lot as well. So there was always at least 2 computers on all the time, plus the lights for those rooms. Actually, my speaking of that, it looks like my my Linux box might have stopped for some reason. Oh no, it hasn't. It's still going. All right. So it really wasn't that uh, adding in an Ethereum mine really hasn't upped it very much at all. Probably maybe added £30 a month or something like that. I mean, it sounds like a lot, but when you consider what my electricity costs were anyway, it's not that bad. So, um, but I do all right out of it. I still I have to make quite a lot. No, Ethereum's not too bad. Bitcoin definitely not, but Ethereum's not too bad. Um, Thank you very much for the bits, Doxter. Thank you very much. Game is getting bones to walk on. Yeah, it's getting there. It is getting there indeed. Right, let's see what happens with this mace. Yeah, see, the mace doesn't disappear for some reason, but it does as soon as I'm finished dying. So that's weird. Uh, yeah, I think. I mean, I don't know where you are, Nicomo, but here the electricity. I mean, it's not cheap compared to the rest of the world, but it's not so expensive that just leaving a graphics card running 24/7 is going to cost you too much. It does add about between 30 and £40 a month on your bill, but you make way more than that. It depends on your card as well, I guess. See, I'm mining with 2 cards. So I'm mining with a 3090 and a 2080 Ti. So I'm mining at what 170, 180 mega hash per second. So it's quite a decent return on it. So plus the other thing as well is I use water cooling on both cards as well. So there's um, a lot of efficiency in that as well because I'm keeping the cards cool. So mate, Australia does, yeah. So you're probably doing about the same as me. I would say there. Yeah. It's decent. It's not a bad return. It's not a bad return, really. Um, Yeah, actually, a 3090 and a 37 is pretty much level with what I'm doing, I think. So my 2080 Ti is about the same as a 3070 when it comes to hash rates, I think. I haven't checked the exact numbers, but I'd assume it's around about the same level. Maybe the 2080 Ti is slightly more, but not by much. Actually, let me just check that. I have to check that now. Let's have a look. So a 3070. Oh, actually, the 3070 is slightly more, but again, not by much. They're very comparable. They're around about the 55 to 60 mark. So, uh, yeah, it's the same with me. I tend to I leave them on. The only time I don't have it on is when I'm streaming. I turn it off. But just the 3090, the 2080 is always going full speed all the time. The 3090 is my main machine, so I tend not to do it um, if I'm doing any streaming. I don't have it on, and if I'm uh, editing videos as well. So I was just looking at I just spotted the debugger thing. So saving crashing miniatures and crashing minis. So save the console output. Okay, cool. I will take a look at these bug reports at some point soon. Interestingly, it's the oh that's okay, yeah, okay, that's different. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll check out the debugger stuff at some point, but yeah. No matter is there anything rendered on the 3090 pure mining only. Okay, cool. All right, where were we at? We're trying to get this mace to disappear, right? So it's 9 power-ups. The power-ups are working, kind of behaving correctly now. The problem is the mace is still showing for some reason. Now, my suspicion is that what's happening is the mace is being not being hidden because the mace routine is not being called when we're dying. So this might not be getting called. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this from here, and I'm just going to take that piece of code and I'm going to go and drop it in our power up section. No, not a power up section. Sorry, our kill player section. So this is just going to ensure that if we do get hit, then we immediately stop drawing the mace. So should hide mace because now we've set the flag. It's probably not going to update. I think that's what's going on here. Hey, old school coder. The other thing I do as well, of course, is I've got all my hard drive space. So I've got well, not all of it. I need some for stuff, but I've got 47 terabytes of hard drive space farming cheer as well on the main box. So I get a couple of dollars a day from that extra as well. It's actually going down quite quickly, so it's not going to be worth anything pretty soon. But that means that the Linux box is, as well as farming Ethereum, it's also doing that. I think that worked that time. I didn't actually look, so yep, there we go. And the mace has disappeared, and the mace is back. Awesome. Right. So that means we just need to set the power up types. That's it. Okay. So we can do that in here quite easily. What we're going to do for now, I'm just going to set it based on if you had speed, then we're going to drop a speed. If you had a mace, we'll drop a mace. And if you had whatever power up shot you had, will also drop. So so that I think is to do with this one here. So let me just check what. So that's line 55. So that's up near the top. Okay, so we have shot, which is here. load weapon chars here, which so there would be 0. Okay, so let's find out. Hopefully those match the constants in here. They do not, so that's kind of frustrating. Okay, so we need to take the current weapon ID, which is going to be 0 or 1. So 0 being shot to... Oh, there is no shot 1. Ah. Oh, of course, because if you've got... Yeah, if you've got shot 1, then you're not going to... You don't need a power-up to drop. So this means the lowest you can drop is a 1. So we need to, first of all, if the weapon ID is 0, do nothing. Otherwise, take the weapon ID, add 2 to it, and add 2 to it, and then that spawn that. Okay, right, let's do that quickly because that's kind of complicated in my head. All right, so we load player.player weapon ID. And if that is equal to 0, then we jump over it. We do nothing. Otherwise, we add 2. And that becomes this power-up that we need to load. Speed-wise, we're going to load... how's the easiest way of doing this? Okay, so the speed can't go lower than 1. So if I load the player speed plus 0, and that is not equal to 0, and then we'll go to spawn speed. Now, for now, we're just always going to spawn a speed 1. It might be we need to spawn a double speed because there is a double speed thing. I need to look at the logic behind that. But for now, we'll just spawn a single speed. If that is a 0, it could be that it's a 0, but the upper value is more than 1 as well. So we're going to compare this to 02. And then if that is less than 2, we're going to skip over. Because if that's a 1 and this one was 0, then we haven't actually increased speed at all. Okay, so that will spawn a speed. And then this is nice and simple. This is just player has mace. And if that's equal to 0, we jump over. Okay, so now we should drop power-ups based on... is there anything else in here we need? No, okay. Power-up lifetime. Oh, we can change the lifetime here, actually. I'm going to nudge it up slightly, just because I think that the time it takes for you to spawn and catch it again is going to be tricky. So, what are you talking about here now? I'm intrigued. Was it a battery thing? Okay. Solar batteries. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm deliberately not going to pick those up. And then the next time I die, I shouldn't drop anything, hopefully. Which I haven't. Okay, cool. Okay, so just to go through this again, because it looked like I only dropped 2 power-ups then, but I may have grabbed one really quickly. So let's see if I can grab one and not the other one. So I'm going to go through this screen into the next one. I'm going to try and get killed by one of these over here. So I drop the things over here. Oh, you kidding me? Why is it only dropping 2 power-ups? What's it not dropping? It's not dropping a weapon one. Why is it not dropping a weapon one? Okay, so weapon ID if it's equal to 0. So weapon ID should not be equal to 0. It should be higher than that. So And our weapon ID is 3. Just check that that's not being reset. It might be being reset in the spawn for some reason. No, because we've only just added this in, so I can't imagine that's being reset anywhere. Okay. Uh, so I keep looking up at the Mega 65 Get Excited channel and realizing that the debugger's not working. So I really kind of want to fix that. Yeah, it'd be really good to get that fixed because it's super useful. So, but I know the serial port. Unfortunately, the serial port is the one bit of the program that actually uses C libraries, uses native C libraries that are compiled for Node to use. And of course, it's the one bit that causes problems. And this was kind of the reason I was avoiding C anyway, because of these kind of weird problems that arise now and again. So it's a bit frustrating that they're still there. So also, it looks really weird on Linux through Wine. But okay, whatever. Okay. Why is that not spawning? Okay, so this should spawn. So let's see. If our weapon ID was 3, which is what it's supposed to be, then it should add 2 to that and spawn. Ah, well, hang on. That's a laser 1. It shouldn't be laser 1. It should be this one. So wait, what's that doing? That's weird. That is weird. Oh, Raid, let me get this drink down. Get some fresh ice in there and welcome everybody along. Ugh. Thank you very much for the raid, Wallaber. Welcome to the stream, and everyone that's come along with Wallaber. Hope you're doing well. What have you been up to tonight? I'm going to celebrate your arrival with a fresh vodka and lime. So we are doing some C64 code ourselves, and it's very much a fun very much a fun process. Although it's once again I'm getting bugs tonight. So hey Stone Awesome, hey Bit Gamey and Wallaber. Giving a game design class to some high school students. I want to drop them off at another game dev stream. Ah, very cool. Well, welcome along, everybody. Hope you're doing well. This is old school game dev. So we're porting a game that came out on mobile and Steam and on Switch last year or the year before. We're converting it from modern kind of systems to a system from 1980. I want to say 2. I think it is 1982. So almost a 40-year-old computer, basically. And it's pretty accurate so far. We're doing a relatively decent job, although there is some small issues that I'm trying to resolve at the moment. But generally, it's looking okay. It's looking pretty close to the original. I mean, thankfully, the original was designed to look kind of like an older game. It's a pixel art style game, so that makes translating it a little bit easier. Oh, I noticed a little flash over here when those went off, so there's something a little bit odd going on there. It might have been a multiplexer thing, but yeah, so it's only dropping 2 power-ups for some reason, and I don't know why. So that's what we're trying to figure out, is why it's only dropping 2 power-ups. But yeah, welcome along, everybody. Welcome to the Madhouse. I like to do this while drinking. It's for some reason getting drunk on vodka helps me think logically. Doesn't help me think mathematically. So all those students that might have joined who think that you can do maths when you're drunk, you can't. You really can't. However, logic is a different matter. I don't know why. I seem to be able to code quite well when I'm drunk. So, um, okay. Right. Why is that not picking up? Let's take a look at what we're actually doing. So, our weapon ID is 3, which is kind of wrong, I think, because this is actually the ID of what gets loaded. So the characters that get loaded, and I'm not sure that's correct. Because I think the actual value is different to that. I think it's so you start with a weapon ID of 0. Then when you pick an upgrade up, it goes up to 1, unless it's a laser when it goes to 3. So this is the ID of the characters in the character set. So, oh, do you know what? I don't even have Charpad installed. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that at some point. Okay. So, okay. So let's put the weapon ID on 1, because this would be how it would be. This would be double shot. So this is weapon ID of 1 would give me double shot. This one here, because it's the weapon ID plus 2 gives me this constant. It's stupid, but that's the way it's been done. Oh, sub as well. Rough Night 80. Why didn't I hear that? I didn't hear that for some reason. It didn't alert me in my window or anything. That's really weird. Thank you very much for the conversion to a tier 1 sub. Thank you very much, Rough Night. You heard that. I didn't hear that. That was weird. Oh, the listen works, yeah, but the alert didn't go off. And maybe it's because it was a conversion, I think. Simon Industries does not recommend high school students get drunk to code. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It didn't show in my activity panel either. So, but yeah, thank you very much, Rough Night. Appreciate it. All goes towards the giveaways, which I don't have on my desk at the moment. Oh, they're up there. I'm not going to go and get them. Yeah, add it to the list of new alerts. Yeah, indeed. So I'm gonna work on those fairly soon. I think it's going to take me about a month to get the new overlay working. But the unfortunate oh, thank you very much. See, the alerts are working. Thank you very much for the gift sub to Old School Coder as well. Yeah, the unfortunate thing is when I turn the new overlay on, you're not going to notice any difference unless there's bugs in it, because it's going to look exactly the same, more or less. It's just that behind the scenes, it's structured in a much more modular way and gives me stupidly huge amounts of configurability and stuff. So, right, okay. So this should set the weapons up properly now. So we've got double speed, we've got double shot, and we've got the mace. So let's try again and see what happens. I'm a bit worried that the third power-up's not dropping. So. This is a good tune. I like this. Oh god, the overlay again. Here we go. There we go. Another reason I need the overlay. New overlay. Well, new overlay won't do that, thankfully, because I can lock it properly. I can't lock it on this one because I have to have the interact. So actually, can I? Maybe I can when I've got the interact open. Let me try that. Yeah, because I can select in here and then click interact. Okay, yeah, I can lock it now. Okay, that shouldn't happen again. Do I use OBS? Yeah, I do. OBS. Yeah, OBS. OB scam. but I'm going to be relying less on that. So the other thing with the new overlay is it's going to combine a lot of the things together that I rely on OBS for, that I rely on Stream Elements for. I rely on a lot of different things. So like I've got Stream labels open, I've got Stream Labs, Stream Elements, and then the Twitch kind of Stream Manager panel as well. It's going to get rid of a lot of that and replace it with a single panel. So which will allow me to update things like backgrounds really easily and live as well, so I can change things on the fly. It's going to be a lot easier. Okay, let's see. So no, see, it's only dropping the 2. It's only dropping the 2. That's really weird. Player weapon ID 01. Okay. And then if I go into that's really weird. I don't know why that's doing that. So the mace, yes, that's dropping. The speed, yes, that's dropping. Then it gets to here and it fails. Oh, we're going to store the weapon ID. So when we die, we're going to store whatever our weapon ID is in the border. Now that should be 01 if it's worked. There is a no muffins. Yeah. I see. It hasn't changed the border at all. So why is that byte there not picking up? Is something changing that? Let's take a look. Okay, so load weapon chars changes the weapon. Aha, I think I know what it is. We're changing the weapon ID before we're ready to actually spawn the new power-ups. Okay, so easy fix. So in kill player, basically. Kill player, here we go. So we drop power-ups. Okay. Which is all the way up here. Oh no, we don't change it till here. Okay, so it's not that. Those are the only 2 places. So unless load weapon chars is being loaded with 0 at some point, which I don't think it is. Let's just do a check for that, actually. Oh, there is a game. Let's load weapon. Mm-hmm. So there's one in the game loop. Okay, that's just the beginning, though. That's fine. There's one here in the players, which is on the init, which again is... Oh! This is it. This is the problem here. So this is our initial value. So I need to just change that. So let me just change that quickly and it should work. And if this works, then it's all good. So the problem is because even though I'm setting the value up here, it's overridden by these values here, which also means the weapon strength is wrong. But this should verify that now and just verify that it's working. And then we can move on to the next thing, which is probably looking at getting the mines to actually the mine radius to cause a problem. Oh no, it didn't though. It did not spawn the right thing. So hang on, load. Just load. So weapon strength, weapon char should store that value in the ID. That should be all we need. Right, let me reload. This should start me with double shots. It's not, it's give me single shot. Okay. So is something weird going on here? Player weapon strength. Player weapon ID. Weapon strength has mace. Okay. I feel like this is wrong for some reason. Power ups. It's at the end though. That's fine. That's all fine. Game loop player. Okay, is this... Wait, this is still showing the wrong value. Hang on, that's because it's an old search, that's why. Yeah, this should be giving me double power-ups and it's not. I don't know why that's not. This is... this is disconcerting. I do like Queeg. Queeg's a great episode. Where he's rolling around on the little stand like he's a like he's a janitor. He's got a job as the janitor. See, I'm worried this isn't working properly now. So what I'm going to do, I am just going to reset the screen to start us in a different position to see if that helps. So and I'm going to actually pick up the right items. So if I just start again, turn these off. So turn that off. Weapon strength to 1, weapon ID to 0, speed to 0, set this to 0, set this to 1. Okay. Okay, so this is a proper thing. Hey, Def, welcome back. So this should be a proper run now, with the exception that I can't die properly. So we should be able to pick a speed up from here, I believe. Yeah, that does indeed make us faster. We should be able to grab the mace, I think another speed and a shot from in here. Yeah, double speed, double shot, and a mace as well. Okay. Obviously, the mace isn't doing any damage to anything. But now, oh, hang on, that didn't mask properly in here. Interesting. That should be masking there, so I might need to look at the masking there. I think I might have got some of the values wrong or something. Okay, so let's try and die here now. Ah, there we go. It's dropped double shot speed and mace. Yeah, okay, so it works. Okay, so I was panicking over nothing, really. These are all working fine. Okay, awesome. Right, let's go and do the proximity collision. Let's turn the border change off. We'll keep the start where we are. I think this is probably fine to start over in this screen over here. And we just need to make sure that these now will explode, will kill you if they explode. Yeah, Gordon Bennett is a very British thing to say. Yeah, it's like you know, oh my god. It's like you say instead of oh my god, you say Gordon Bennett. But it's more of a kind of oh my god with a bit of exasperation in the tone. So whereas you may say oh my god just for anything, you tend to say Gordon Bennett when it's like somebody's taking the piss. Yeah, somebody taking the mickey. Yeah. If somebody's taking the piss, you say, Gordon Bennett. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why. Oh, for Pete's sake. Yeah, for Pete's sake is like, yeah, instead of for fuck's sake, you say for Pete's sake. I don't know. I don't know who Pete is, and I don't know who Gordon Bennett is, but apparently they're been been enshrined in British language. Okay, so as I say, I'm quite happy with that. Then that's all working good. So in that case, going to leave those as they are. So everything's back to normal in here. I'm going to turn the mace. Am I going to turn the mace? Yes, I will turn the mace back on properly because we don't actually need it to test the next bit. So mace update. Here we go. And then there should be a collision check and an RTS before it. There we go. And if I don't remove that now, I'll forget. So okay, so what do we want? We want to check when a mine explodes, is it within range of a player? So we already do a range check for turning the mine on. If you activate the mine, the range that you activate the mine within, if you're within that range, it should kill you. So you need to move out of the kind of activation range. So that should be a constant that's stored in here somewhere. Power pickup range. No, it's going to be in here somewhere. I know it. Mine activate distance. There we go. So there will be a piece of code. I'm guessing it's going to be in destroyables. So let's go and find that, which is probably in. I thought it was going to be in there, but it's not. It's going to be in particles for some reason. Okay, fair, fine. Don't know why, but it's in particles. It was a tabloid journo who spilled the beans on high society. Oh, so he's a real person then. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool that he's become immortalized in the language. That's kind of cool. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that's immortalized like that in language. A recent era, I guess. Early 1800s. Oh wow, that's kind of weird then, isn't it? Really, that is kind of weird. Ruddy Nora. Ruddy Nora here. I don't think there's any more. Oh god, excuse me. Quite tired. I'm going to play at least an hour of Resident Evil. I do want to get through that game. So I am going to play that tonight. So there should be a check. Persistence removed. No, there should be a check somewhere for against the player position. Just trying to find where that is, because if I can find that, then we can just reuse it. Unfortunately, it's not here though, which is weird. Remove item. Okay, I thought it was going to be in this lot, but maybe it's not in here. Persistence removed. No, it's not in there. Okay. Maybe it's in entities then, which is in another weird place. You'd think this would be alongside the mines, but apparently not. Update entities. Get distance player to entity. So it's this thing here. Okay, so let's find out where that's being called. Okay, so this is where the mine is updated, and you can see it's doing a check here and checking if the mine is within a certain distance. And we're checking the square of the activation distance as a result. So what this is doing at the moment, this is just activating it. But what we can do is we can do the same check when it explodes. So we need to figure out where it is. Here we go. Subroutine explode entity. So this hopefully is just for mine. Yes. So this is just for a mine. Now, I believe all the mines are going to be the same. So even the ones with the spikes on are still going to be the same. So I think what we need to do is when an entity explodes like this, actually none of these are actually exploding the same way. So, okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another routine down here. I'm going to call it check player in explosion range, or just check player in explosion is probably enough. And this is going to have this check in here. Now, this is actually going to check based on, we need to go and have a look at what this function is doing to figure out what it's actually comparing against. So it's using X as the entity number. So as long as we leave X alone, it should be fine, because this is all our entity data here. So let's go and take a quick look at the update mine again. So this in here is using X. It's always staying X all the way down. You can see we're never actually removing it. So when it does explode, again, X here, X here, X here, we can just do player. Sorry, is, I forgot what I called it now. I've just written it and I forgot it was check player. There we go. Check players in explosion. Now, the only thing we need to do is just make sure that explode entity doesn't change the X register. It shouldn't do, because it will be using the X register itself. As you can see down here, it is indeed using the X register. So that's fine. There is a destroyable remove item force hit object. Okay, let's go and have a quick look at that. Remove item force hit object is this one here. And again, that doesn't use the X register. It does have this reduce hit points, so we'll check that in a second. Again, X register not being touched anywhere down here. Okay, so the final one to check, I believe, is going to be this one. And again, that's not using the X register. Cool. Oh, it does use it here, actually. So that's not entirely true. Oh, this could potentially cause some issues. So let's take a look quickly at the entity and to see what is going on in here. So explode entity, sorry, well, yeah, explode entity, but where it's being called from originally, which is here. Oh, okay, see, we're loading that value back in here again. So actually, if I do that first, then it should not be a problem. Okay, so we're going to do that there. Spike 4-way is also one that needs to happen. Again, this is based on a position of X. So this is what? This is adding the 4-way spikes, which I think is also being called from in here. No, it's not. Okay. Oh yeah, it is. That's 2 mode 2. Oh no, it's not. Okay. I need to check. I think it might be we can explode ourselves on those mines. So I'm not going to put it anywhere else. I'm just going to put it here. We're going to check that it works on the normal mines, and we'll go and check the spikes as well. I think it might just work on the spikes if we do this. So what we're checking, are we within this range? And this range is that we tell it how far away we need to be from something, and it returns us the square of the distance to that entity. Well, I don't know why we passed that value into it. That's an interesting one. Because if it's getting the distance, we shouldn't need to pass that in. Let's just have a quick look. I might save a bit of time there. Oh, it's using it because it uses it to work out to shortcut out of things. So it checks the X and Y, and if either the X or the Y is bigger than this value, then it just shortcuts out straight away. So it's a time saving thing, a cycle saving thing. Otherwise, it will return the square of the distance, because the easiest thing for us to get is from a lookup table. Of X and Y is a square distance and not have to do the square root. So we just do this comparison here. So what we'll do is if explode player if we're within range. Otherwise, we'll just return we haven't actually hit the player at all. Otherwise, we have hit the player, and at this point we can do jump to subroutine player dot kill player. Yes. So this will just make sure that if we're in the explosion, that we will die, and this should hopefully give us more death routines. Now there is some D020 stuff I want to get rid of, which is this one here. I think that's the only one, and then we can run it. Cool. See, when it works, when everything kind of fits into place, and I don't need to add new code, it works really well, and it's actually easy to modify. See, now I've said that, it's not going to work, is it? I've kind of tempted fate there. Let's see how it goes. So hopefully we should be able to get down. So the laser is going to need some collision adding to it. We don't have that at the moment, but I should die if I sit here. I did indeed, and I got the speed again. So, and now if I go out of the range, should be fine. Should be fine if I get just in range. Okay, cool. So the one thing I'd probably like to do, which might help with the power-ups looking a little bit better, is have the power-ups start where I die and kind of spread out a little bit. But I'll look at that at another time. I think for now this is fine. But what I do, oh no, crash. Oh, this is the multiplexer being funny again. Damn it. Thought that was going to let me change the size of that, but let's have a look. None of these are going to be the font size, are they? Monitor, there we go. On a space normal. There we go. I mean, I don't know why I'm going to look at the stack here. It's probably not going to tell me an awful lot anyway. So stack is 70. 170. Okay, so it's repeatedly copied a few things into the stack here. It looks like 557C was the last. Yeah, so you add one to the stack, and that gives you this address here, 557C, and then 22B4, and then some other value. Oh, I think we might have a push on the stack and not a pull somewhere. I think that's probably what's going on. But I will, yeah, recursion. I think what it's doing is it's something is pushing onto the stack, and then it's causing a thing. At the moment it's a relatively rare event, so I'm just going to pass over it for now. But I do know that it's to do with the multiplexer, and it's to do with the laser and the multiplexer combined. I think it's probably just a race condition somewhere that some value is being reset on the lasers, or it's being set on the lasers while the multiplexer is trying to do its stuff. So, all right. But I really can't be bothered with that tonight. I'm not in the mood for bug hunting crashes like that. Right, my giant ice cube is starting to melt a bit now. So just grab some bits of ice off that. Ow, so sharp. Oh fuck. Okay, small line. Pop it down here. Do I have a bug tracker for that? No, I don't. I should probably get a bug tracker together for things. It's so early days. I'm not too fussed about it now, but yeah, I should probably. I'll remember that though. Wow, that ice actually hurt me. Snapping ice is quite a dangerous thing. So, uh, but yeah, it's something I will remember. It's something that's been bugging me a while actually. Whether or not it's been cleared, I thought I had cleared it, but obviously I hadn't. So, um, we shall get back to that at some point. Oh my god, there's only 38 backgrounds left. That's kind of insane. You guys go through them so quickly. All right, so let's try again. I mean, maybe if it crashes again, maybe there's a particular sequence of events that's easy to replicate. In which case, great, then we can kind of take a look at it next time. It probably will be the thing that we do next time. But I do want to try and get all the kind of death routines in for now. The other thing as well is the 3x3 mine. So the this mine here is not active yet at all. Oh shit! I want that. There we go. So that's something else I need to do. I need to speak with Andy. Actually, I don't think he's in the stream tonight. In fact, he mustn't be because I've not heard a single Steve Rowland's tune yet. I need to speak with him about getting some of these things changed. So originally I was going to do where was it? This thing up here. Oh, see, it's crashed again. Okay, it seems to be going down to that screen and then back up again if I've died. So all right, at least it's been consistent. It dies before the mine explodes. It shouldn't die before the mine explodes. Let's just check that though. And if it crashes again, at least we can consistently recreate this bug. And it'll give us a nice place to start next time. So, oh, it freaking did though, didn't it? Wait, what? What? Yeah, it does. That's yeah, well spotted. Why though? That's weird. Check player is an explosion, and that's only happening when the entity should explode, unless maybe. Let's go and check explode entity because maybe that's not what I'm doing exactly what I think it's doing. Um, check for death behaviors. Okay, so it's working out which death behavior to use. So it's not 4-way, it's not 6-way, so it comes to here. Then this just does the entity force remove. Is it to do with this, maybe? What's this force remove? Maybe I delay the removal or something by a frame. Why is that being said? That's weird. I found a match. Reduce hit points. First mine killed you. I don't think it did. I think it was booked. Let's try again. I'm pretty sure that's killing me before it explodes. Like it's right on the cusp of exploding, but it is. I'm dead before the frame before it gets rid of the actual mine. So let's edge in until one mine sets off. Right. What the fuck? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is the change that I'm making in? Okay, let's try something here. I think what's going on is something I'm doing in here. When I do this check here, is causing this to kind of reset for some reason. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to implement the border here and turn this off. So we're looking for the border changing at the right time now. Didn't see the bullets from there isn't bullets on these ones. The only ones that have the bullets are the ones with the spikes on. It's the spikes that actually explode off. These don't have them on. They're just standard ones. Yes. Okay. So that means that this is causing a problem. So that's causing a problem because why? We get play because this is probably bashing X. It's not though. It's changing Y, but it's not bashing X. X is staying correct. It's bashing accumulator and it's bashing Y. And accumulator comes there. Then what happens when we come back into here then? So let's have a look at explode entity, which uses X. Does it use Y? Okay. I mean, a simple check here would be to push everything to the stack and then restore it again and see what happens, to see if that fixes things. I honestly think it's to do with something to do with that. So let's try push the accumulator onto the stack, transfer X to the accumulator, push that onto the stack. This is really terrible, and hopefully it's not this. But actually, let's do this a different way. Let's do store accumulator rest A. This doesn't feel quite as bad in this case. Let's do A, X, Y, A, X, Y. Because this will at least tell me if it is something to do with the registers. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It seems to be something seems to reset. Reorder function calls. Yeah, that might be a possibility. The reason I'm doing it first is because the explode entity does change a load of settings, a load of registers and stuff. So that's probably that's relatively less too legal. Thanks, Def, for the bits. Very much appreciated. Happy vodka to you. You still got vodka left? I've gone quite slow this tonight. I should probably make these a bit stronger next time. Okay. Oh shit, I can't do that. Okay. God damn it! I've got so used to doing long branches that way now. You're on red wine now. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think it is resetting the counter. I think that's what's happening. We'll find out if it's a register or something else here. The thing is, the entity should explode, but something else seems to be. Oh, I saw a glitch on one side of the screen there as well. Ah, that's better. Okay, so now to figure out which one I need and get rid of the other ones. My guess is it's going to be the X. I can't imagine anything else needs to stay the same. Power ups, here we go. Because I think what might be happening is the actual kill player routine in here might be bashing the X register. Let's take a look. Drop power ups, possibly draw lives. Yeah, I'm absolutely certain. Probably draw lives is actually doing it. So in that case, I think just storing the X should be enough. So I've got the hiccups now. Oh god, I am tired. So I think that is going to be enough. So if this works, I'll get rid of the comments and we can move on. Very tasty. Which red wine are you drinking? I haven't had red wine for a while, actually. I've been trying to watch my weight, and the problem is I've been doing pretty well with the drinking by drinking kind of low calorie soda and clear spirits. But then I kind of fail with everything else. Like I said, I had beef ribs and chips tonight, so it's hardly good for the weight really, but very tasty. I couldn't really say no. Okay, good. This is working. Yeah, so it was the draw lives routine. It was bashing it. I guarantee if I go and look at the draw lives, it's using the X register somewhere. Uh, I know it's not. There we go. So I guaranteed incorrectly, but one of these routines will be doing. So that means the other one must be drop power ups. Uh, I don't even want to look for it now because I know that's what it's doing. I just got to find it just to put my mind at rest. So it's not being done there, but there is a load weapons char. There is a spawn power up at player. We know spawn power up at player does indeed bash the X register. So yeah, so it was the actual routine that we made was doing it. Cool. PG Fanta. That should have been a series as well. Soda equals pop. No, this is soda water, so carbonated water with bicarbonate of soda in it, sodium bicarbonate in it. But I use this because it's like limeade, but with almost no calories in it. Uh, it's 20 calories for the whole bottle. So it's really low, but it is tasty. It just tastes like limeade, but it's suitable for because vodka, soda, and lime. So should the routine not be responsible to keep the original register states? Yes, I mean that's sometimes something you will do. Thing is, I'm trying to not. I mean, you could do it in here. You could do add a little store and a restore at the bottom. The problem is I'm trying to be very very conservative with the cycles. So I need to be because if you were going to do that, you would do it with the A and the X and the Y as well, which means you're going to be using at least 6 18 cycles to do that. So it doesn't sound like a lot, but if I was to do this on every function, it would get really really messy very quickly. And it wouldn't get messy. It would actually get kind of tidier in the fact that I wouldn't have to store them sometimes in some places. It would be very neat in that every routine would have that, like you say, the registers stored properly. But it would add so many cycles to what I'm doing that I wouldn't, because a lot of what I'm doing is very very cycle intensive, especially the particles and the multiplexer and stuff. So I've got to be really careful. Um, it's fine. It's good practice to kind of follow your code through anyway and work out where things are going on. Um, and it's fine to just this is absolutely fine. I'm not worried at all about um, changing the values like this. In fact, looking at this, it looks like entity temp is already being set somewhere. So let me check. Yes, look, loadex entity temp. So, and I'm guessing that is also click on loadex. Yeah, I think that means I can even replace this here with just this and get rid of that. I think that'll work as well. Because we already had the value stored in this location here. So we already had a value for it, which is good. But yeah, I mean, it is a good point. If you are writing something which has less less overhead, then definitely think about doing that, and absolutely do it. You have to do it for your interrupts, because you don't know when an interrupt's going to fire, so you have no control over what the values are when it returns. And the 6502 doesn't return your registers, so So you definitely have to do it on uh actually this might actually fix this crash issue. It could have been related to that value being set, so we'll see now. Okay, so yeah, go and grab that. Yeah, it probably was that actually. But yeah, it's a very good point, Nick. I definitely think about doing that. It's certainly not a bad thing to do, but it's I don't think it's completely necessary all the time. And cool, yeah, the mines do explode with some range on them as well. So, oh, actually, I was outside the range there. Damn it! All right, but yeah, um, I think as long as you're happy to kind of look through your code path and work out where things are being changed, it's usually all right. But as you saw, the easiest way to check that was just to store everything, and restore it afterwards, and then see if it fixes your issue. Efficient code versus easy manageable code, yes. And certainly, the one thing you learn very quickly about assembly when you're trying to do stuff um, that's doing kind of very either cycle kind of heavy or very tight timings is that unfortunately manageable code is not always the way to go, and you do end up a lot of the times with quite messy code. Probably more so for myself because I do it on stream. I don't really have the luxury of time. I tend to kind of rush through things pretty quickly, so that I can get things. So otherwise, we'd never progress, right? If I did things at the rate I would do, uh, like a normal code when I'm working and stuff, then you definitely wouldn't. You wouldn't see much progress on a stream at all, and yeah, drunk as well. Um, yeah. Plus, as well, is that I also tend to. I mean, I've been doing this every 2 weeks at the moment, so by the time I come back to it, I forgot a lot of what I was doing. So yeah, not enough. Exactly. I'm going to drink more. Right, more ice. Cool. So I think we can quickly take a look and see if we can get the laser to kill us. Uh, Now the thing is with the laser, we could probably just use normal sprite collision for this. I'm just trying to think of a reason why it would fail on that screen. In fact, let's go and have a look at that screen. So the reason why you wouldn't normally use uh, hardware collision is because of a problem with the not the accuracy, but the information that you get back. You don't get enough information sometimes to determine what's gone on. Now, the reason you don't get enough information is because you get one register with eight bits in it that tells you. Also, why is those flashing so much? The particles are really struggling on this screen. I guess it's because of the stuff down there. But oh no, this is the performance thing. You see, because I'm up here, the raster time is such that the particles are struggling at the top of the screen when this laser's on. Let me just check on this screen. See, not a problem on this screen. You see how the particles are fine here. Not a problem on this screen at certain heights. But as I move up the screen and I start breaking into the raster time that's been used up there, the particles start flickering. In fact, they've turned off completely there. So I do need to do some optimization on the screen. Uh, Told about your wine plus tequila. Oh my god, yes, that was heavy. That was. I think I put vodka in there. I don't know. I'm going to put more in. Yeah. So I drank. I think I drank like 2 bottles of wine that night. Um, I think I drank 2 bottles of white wine, and then I went on to the tequila. And by the end of it, I was like one eye closed. In fact, the Shalan emote in here, the tier 3 emote, The reason it's on tier 3 is because I don't want to. Yeah, I don't know if you might not be able to see it big enough, but that picture is me. Oh, you can if you hover over it. Is me squinting. That was taken from the tequila stream. That was me trying to read the screen, and I had to close one eye. I was so drunk. Oh, I was absolutely wasted. I haven't got drunk like that for a while, so. But I might do again at some point. I think the drunk streams are more likely to happen on the gaming stream. So when I do the Friday gaming, which I will start next week, regardless of where my overlay is at, I will start doing the Friday night gaming. And oh god, yeah, I did already put vodka in that because there's twice as much in that now. Oh, it's tasty though. Oh, I'm gonna have a bit more actually because that is really tasty. I really taste the raspberry when there's a lot in it, and I want to get more drunk. So when are we finishing? Let's make a game. Yeah, I mean, it's been put to one side because I just need to polish it. Unfortunately, I've just not had the time to do it. Can you phase that laser in cycle? I don't know what you mean. But it's yeah, I mean, it's instead of on off. I don't know what you mean. But yeah, the game will get finished at some point. It's just been put on pause for now because um it is it is 99% complete. It just needs a little bit of work just to polish it and get it ready to go. I will try and find. I will try and find. I need like a week of just kind of time, not on stream or anything, just me and the game, just to kind of finish off the last little bits in it. But it is. I mean, it's pretty much ready to go. It's playable. It's ready to go. The levels are there. All the code is in place. There's a few little kind of glitches I could do with tidying up. Um, but yeah, my focus is on other things at the moment. So it's don't worry, I've not forgotten about it. It will come. As I say, it's 99% complete. 99.99% complete. Yeah, exactly. It is almost done. Yeah. Um, what I will do is when I do finish it off, is I will do a stream. I will do a stream where it's test it properly on stream before releasing it. Oh, okay. Like red follows white, red hits the background, white follows the like a scroller from the start to the end. Oh, I see what you mean. I could do that because it is in different sprites, so it would be easier to do it as like a big chunk. However, that's not how the original game works, and this is based on the original game, as close to the original game as possible. But that would be a nice effect. That's kind of nice. But I'm not going to add anything that's not in the main game. Also, I just noticed that that stopped flash. Oh, it's because I've opened the door already. So there's definitely a kind of performance issue on this screen. Yeah, the flashing does need to be sped up a little bit for definite. I do also need to figure out what's causing the performance problems on this screen. I'm guessing it's a multiplexer thing, but that's fine. It seems fine on this screen though, because this is also using the multiplexer. And look, oh no, there is a little bit of a flicker at the top as well, but it's only right at the top. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can just about. Like no flicker on the exhaust particles, some flicker on the exhaust particles. But then if I come in here, okay, no flicker there. Then it starts flickering. Then when I get to the top, it's like really, really flickery. It's fine though. We can look at that later. Okay, let's have a think about this laser then. So, I was talking about the sprite collision before I got distracted by the flickering and some questions. Let me just sit down here. So the thing with the laser is it needs to be pretty accurate at the collision. And the reason it needs to be pretty accurate is because you need to hide behind here, right? So if I was to use bounding box collision here, then I would run into the problem where this would actually say that it's colliding with this. So I'd have to combine at least hardware collision and bounding box collision. However, I'm not sure we need bounding box collision because the only reason we don't use hardware collision on its own usually is because we don't have full control over the sprites on the screen. So if you imagine, let me just bring up Sprite and show you very quickly. Let me create a new file. That will do. Let's make it a black background. Okay, so you imagine this is our screen, and we've got some sprites on the screen. So I'm just going to draw the sprites as little blobs. So we've got one sprite here, and we've got another sprite here, and we've got another sprite here. Now, if a fourth sprite comes and collides with this one, right, let's say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this yellow one here is 4. The sprite register, the collision register, is going to tell, it's going to set these 2 bits. In fact, let's have another one in here and call it 0, just so I can set the bits properly. So this is going to be sprite 0. So if we were look at the collision register, what we would see is that bits 1 and bit 4 are set. So we can say that these 2 have collided. However, if we then add a 5th sprite in, or sprite number 5, and this collides with this one over here, we're also in the very same register, we're going to get 3 and 5 have collided. So we're now going to see 1, 3, 4, and 5 have collided. But we don't know which has collided with which. All we know is that those 4 are involved in collisions. And so that's a problem. That's why hardware collision is not a good idea to use. However, in this case, I think it's fine. These sprites are likely to be colliding with each other anyway. However, this sprite here... oh, actually, is this the same sprite number every time? I think it is, actually. I need to check. If this is the same sprite number every time, then all we need to do is we just need to check, is this sprite colliding with something which isn't the mace and isn't the mask? Because the mask is always the same sprite number. The player is the same sprite number, and the mace is the same sprite number. So if this is collided with anything else, then we've collided with another sprite. And that means that enemies, as long as the enemies don't touch each other, it's fine. So we might have to use a combination of the 2 for this. But for this screen, there's no enemies on. So I think touching the laser is fine. And that will give us pixel precision. Pixel precision accuracy. Should be 20. Thing is, I reduced the race timing a little bit because it was becoming a bit kind of distracting. And now the problem is now you got backgrounds distracting. So I can't win really. But yeah, I might change it a little bit in the future. Or maybe when the new overlay comes, I'll change it. It'll be a bit more flexible. So yeah, you're all addicts. Oh, that's a strong. Oh God. Oh, that's very strong. Right. Maybe put a little bit much in that. It's all good. It's all good. Let's top it up with the last bits of. Oh. Okay. So I think we're safe to use this. So I am going to load this in the debugger just to see. I think it is going to be all right though. And then what I can do, hopefully this loads. Okay, I need to load. So obviously I haven't used this since I reinstalled, so. But hopefully this means that actually testing against the laser is going to be stupidly easy because all I have to do. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's something I can't remember who pointed that out, but there's definitely something we need to address. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to work through and get everything kind of working, and then we're going to go through. I'm going to head back through each screen and polish it when it's done. The reason being is because the amount of work it takes to move that. Yeah, it is. The amount of work that it takes to move that laser is an absolute pain in the ass. But there may be other ways around it. So I have to think a little bit about it, but it isn't going to be super straightforward. It is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. But there is a potential another solution as well, which is to use two sprites. So you move the ceiling down, right? Yeah, you move. Well, the thing is, you also can't have solidness. This is why we have the mask, right? So no, there's more screens with more lasers. So maybe when I do the other screens, I have a look at trying to do it. But the thing is, we draw one single sprite at the moment. But there may be a trick where we can actually draw to two sprites at the same time and just miss the first couple of lines of the first sprite, and then that way you have a line that instead of drawing from a point, it's kind of it's like it's drawing in the middle somewhere. Yeah, the screens with multi lasers may have to be rethought. I really need to look at the performance of this and see if there's an easy way to do this, but because performance isn't great with that laser. I've got it probably as good as I can get it, but I might have to take some other approach to it. But it's fine. We can load sprites on the fly as well. So loading in a set of pre-positioned sprites should be fine as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing as well. Is the particles count should be dynamic eventually. I don't think they are at the moment, but I should be able to reduce particle counts on screens, and that may help on that screen as well because there's a lot of, as Def says, a lot of particles going on there. Why is this not working now? If I've got some other button that I need to press now to get into, hang on. Use joystick port both. Use keyboard as joystick. Yes. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. I forgot what I'm looking for now. Oh yeah, I'm just looking at the sprites. Oh god damn it. Not that one. CRT view might be a challenge on the M65. No, I think it's possible. I think it's possible. Actually, you can turn the. I'm pretty sure you can turn the CRT emulation on and off via code already. So the CRT emulation is in there, and you can. I'm pretty sure you can force it on with the code. I'm pretty sure that Paul said that, and if not, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be difficult to do. But yeah, getting the warp might be difficult. However, what you could do is you could render to a texture somewhere else, and then use DMA to copy it in curved lines instead. So you would have to do some trickery, and it would be kind of faked in that you would have the majority. You would have like 80% of the screen drawn correctly, and then the edges would just have a bit of kind of distortion on them. So you would use some kind of weird DMA line drawing technique to kind of squash the edges in a little bit. But you could do it, I reckon. But is it worth it though? That's the problem. It might be too much. The other thing that the original has is chromatic aberration as well. So if you look very carefully, you will see that it's not. There's white with a little bit of red and a little bit of green on either side. So or a little bit red and a little bit of blue. So it's very 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 slight, but there is some chromatic aberration in there as well. Distraction successful. Yeah, indeed. Okay, so looking at the sprites, player is at this position here. I believe the mask is going to be the one behind it here, and it isn't going to change. Or maybe it is actually. Oh, there's the mask. Where is that mask though? Oh no, that is this one, isn't it? Because that is pointing at pointer 40. Yeah, so it has to be that one. Oh, there is a problem with the mask. All right, so that's okay. So we need to fix the mask on the next stream. That's probably because I fixed the character width on something else. So okay, that's fine. That's fine. It works fine on that side, but yeah, we'll come back and fix that one at some point. But yeah, looking at this, it's perfectly fine. So if I just check that this sprite is touching one of these, because if I get the mace will also be. Actually, which is the mace one going to be? That's a good point. I'm not sure the mace is. Mind you, you won't be touching the mace. You'll never actually touch the mace yourself. Yeah, this should be fine, I think. I think this should be fine. Let me just have a think about this a little bit. Okay, so I've got the mace now, and the mace is showing. Okay, so the mace is multiplexed, and it's possible to get into a position where the mace is hitting the mask here. But can I get into a position where it's hitting the mask and I'm hitting the laser? No. Okay. I mean, that's hitting the mask there. Oh wait, no, that doesn't matter because as long as I'm hitting the sprite, so as long as I'm hitting a multiplex sprite, then I've definitely hit the laser. And there's no other sprite on this screen that I can hit pixel to pixel that isn't a non-multiplex sprite. So these two are not multiplex. Okay, so this should work. So what we're looking for is if bit 8 is set and any of the other bit other than bit 7 is set in there. So okay, cool. Can you show definitely the code view in the debugger? It doesn't work in this because I don't have the set in source mapping in the cartridge stuff. But certainly, if you use if you're just doing normal stuff, you can get source mapping, which is nice. C64 debug, yeah, it's really good though. It's kind of what I should have maybe made it bigger. There you go. I should have made it. It's what I'm aiming to kind of approach the kind of level of with the M65 debug. I mean, it's not going to be anywhere near as good as this because in order for this to work, it needs to be. No, that's not the correct one. Look for. I think it's on like SourceForge, or if you check in my. If you check on my YouTube channel, check on one of the videos, one of the later videos for Cecconoid. There's probably a link in there somewhere. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. But it's really good. It actually has C65 debugging as well, I believe. But or is it C65 or is it no? It's the 65XE. It's Atari, isn't it? That it has as well. Yeah, I know SourceForge, but for some reason they've not moved from it. Okay, so what we're going to do then in that case is on this particular screen. So this is screen 11 that has the laser. We're going to do in the update, we're just going to do a check in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to load the collision register, which I can't remember what it is, so because I never use it. But I'm going to go and find it now. Sprites, foreground collision. No, I want sprite to sprite collision. SSC. Okay, so that is D01E. So we're going to load the value in D01E. We're going to check sprite to sprite collision. So what we're looking for is a value We're going to ignore. We're going to ignore. Actually, we can do this. So if the value is not minus, no player collision, because the player is the last sprite. So the very last bit is the player. So first of all, we can say there is no player collision. So we're going to jump to here. Otherwise, we can check if the value. So we're going to AND the value now with actually, that's it, isn't it? That's all we need to do. We just need to yeah, we AND it with 7F to get rid of that value. And if it's equal to 0 now, then there's no player collision because the player has not hit any other sprite. Otherwise, we can do player kill player. Okay, let's try that out. What's that? Donna meat and chips. 6510. No, it means 4510. Mega 65. Okay, so let's pick up this. Okay. Oh, I've immediately crashed. Why have I immediately crashed? I immediately died even. 100 plus. Come to here. Okay, so I haven't hit anything. Otherwise, we need to check against the player here. Ah, okay, so it's saying. Okay, interesting. I'm not sure what is going on there, so let's go into here and have a look. And let's do this with the debugger. So for some reason it crashes immediately here. And that's because the value that we're getting is 7F. It's saying everything has collided. That can't be right. Okay, let's have a look at D01E. So if I just jump to that location in here, isn't that inverse bits? Is it? D01E FF. Oh, maybe it is then. Okay, well, if you're right, that's more bits for you. More, not bits, AMK points to you. So in that case, this would be. Well, wait. Well, why is it not crashing on the other screen then? Why does it not crash on the first screen? Why on this one? Do I have to? Wait. Is this? Because I never use hardware collision, you see, so I never remember what I'm supposed to do here. All right, let's try the opposite. So if it's minus, then no play collision, and compare this. And this would not be the top one, so it'd be 3F. It's what we care about here. Okay, let's try that. Maybe it'll work, but I have a funny feeling this is going to immediately die on the beginning. But if not, it's a place to start now. So I think on the next stream we will. Oh no, see, it's not crashing here. No, immediately dying as well there. Let's put the breakpoint in. So we've got another 5 minutes. So I think on the next stream we will do the masking of the top area of the laser screen. And then hopefully after that, we will be really close to being able to work on things like turrets and stuff, which I've been putting off for a little while, but we can probably get around to fairly soon. Which will, I guess I'll use the sprites. I think it makes the most sense. I can't think of any reason why not to. Yeah, it'd be sprites. The first ones will anyway. Something failing here? Some kind of bug? Oh, I've already got it open, that's why. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe I have to write to it to reset it or something. I'm going to try doing that here, actually. If I just... let's just turn that off a second and flip this back around again. I think that might be it. I think you do have to write to it to reset it properly. Or you have to turn it on somewhere. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's definitely something like that. One more. One more. So hang on. All but 3 of them they need. That's really unfair. Yeah, I think I am going to lower it to 70% after for the next stream. No, immediately again. Okay. I can't actually remember how sprite collision works. I thought it was just that simple. I thought you just read that value. Plus... I guess not though. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to turn this off and we're going to have a look at the registers as we bump into things. 015. Oh, Andy's on a mission for points now. T015. Let's see. Sprite enable bits. No, that just turns the sprites on. Yeah. But we're just going to go in. We're just going to go into the game and take a look at the collision register. So the collision register is this one here. I'm going to move around in this. So this screen has no collision in it, but you can see if I come into this screen. Actually, I should probably escape off. Put 0, 0 in there. Damn it, 0, 0. Right, there we go. D01 is this one here, above that one. Okay, it's not set. Oh, bit 2 set. What? Bit 2 set? What do you mean bit 2? Of what? D019. Okay, sprite to right collision indicator acknowledge. Oh, but this is for interrupts. This is for a sprite to sprite interrupt. Okay, I mean I'll try setting it, but I don't think it's gonna be right. But I don't know. Maybe you're right though. Maybe you're right. Let me try. Basically, you just need to write to this value, right? So this is bit 2. So just let's do it like this. It's the same as kind of acknowledging. I mean, you could probably just do this as well instead, and it would be the same. But let's try doing that and see if that actually affects the value. Maybe it does. I feel like there's a 10-pointer lurking here if we can solve this quickly. Shift F8. I like how people are desperately trying to get one more car revealed. I will keep going for another 5 minutes or so because I really want to see your faces when you work out what the Well, I can't see your faces, but I want to see your reactions or hear the reactions in chat when you work out what it is. Yeah, I want you to work. I want you to see it before then. I want you to see it tonight. Okay, so let's kind of look at D01E. So D01E is here. Let's take a look what happens when I move into these. Yeah, see, I'm touching a sprite, but there is no collision response. I feel like there's something else I'm missing here, and I can't remember what it is. Oh, god damn. Maybe I do have to enable it. Oh. Bom, bom, bom. Let's try that. We need a new command to drop the 70% to penalty 70% for 5 minutes. Yeah, D01A is just what I've set there just to see. But this should just turn on the interrupts for sprite to sprite collision. So I have no idea what's going to happen here now. I'm sure I didn't have to do it because the last time I did this was on dock. This is the reason you can walk through. See, their sprites there. I should get an interrupt with those, but I'm not seeing anything. So, see, I'm not seeing a value in here at all, which is making me think that maybe the sprite to sprite collision is turned off. Hang on. So no, in Vice you can turn it off. I don't think it's turned off in Vice though. So let's check it in Vice. Here we go. I'm going to reveal the. Oh my god, you can't, can you? It's a channel points thing. Sprite to sprite collisions is on. Okay, so do you know what? Quickly check. C64 sprite collision register. Just have a quick look how it's used. Pulling for collisions. There are two registers that can be put. Okay, blah 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 blah. Just give me the data that I need. Pulling. My god, was it giving me in freaking basic? D01E. Sprites involved in collision with other sprites where their respective bits set to 1 in D01E. I was doing it right. I'm doing it right. So I don't know why that's not working. Let's see if there's anything else I'm missing here. Sprite enable, sprite pointer. No. Sprite enable we know about. Collision detection. Yeah. This should be working. I don't know why it's not. God damn it. Am I checking at the wrong point maybe? Let's try something different here. So in the interrupt, before we acknowledge that value, at this point here, before the first ASL goes through, I'm going to take I'm going to put that into 0 page. Could be up here, it's fine. And then I'm going to load this into the debugger. But I'm also going to look to see where the hell that is in memory. You're not going to tell me what number that's at. Oh, God's sake, stupid thing. All right. C9, okay. Don't get the theme. Where are you getting these cars from? What's your theory behind this? Okay. Aha. Aha. Okay. So I think what was happening was the interrupt acknowledgement was clearing that value. Whereas now I actually have it. Okay, cool. Okay, that's good. Now the question is that going to work with multiplex sprites? Because that value is going to change as it goes down. We shall see. This could go completely wrong, and we might have to do sprite collision interrupts instead, which I kind of wanted to avoid having to do, but might have to do it. So don't need to do that. All right, but I have a funny feeling this isn't going to work. Don't see the connection between. From a list of like several thousand cars. You just need to use your channel points. Use your channel points and reveal it, and fingers crossed you get a car. I mean, there's not that many images left, right? So the chances of getting a car are quite high now. Okay, so I don't immediately die. But I do die when I hit the lasers. Let's try hitting it at various points. Let's try hitting it here. Perfect. So I'm not entirely sure how this works with the multiplex. I need to have a little think about this. But it looks like it is kind of working now. I'm just going to try at various points. There we go, and it resets because I've died. Okay, cool. Right, I'm going to give you one more chance to guess the background, and then I'm going to move over to Resident Evil. I'll drink some of this, but yeah, I'm pleased with that. So we've got standard mines, 4 spike mines, laser, all able to kill the player now. Need to fix the mask on this screen. Because it is broken. It doesn't kind of move. Oh no! See, I hit the mask there and then died. Oh shit! Okay. Okay, I'll fix that quickly while you do that. Wait, that shouldn't hit that anyway, should it? Let's go and have a look what value that's actually pulling out there instead of killing the player. Let's just see what value it's on. It might be a 45-minute Resident Evil thing, so Andy, Andy, I love it. Uh, that's mean. That is mean. Uh, what's the timer on the channel point one? Are there any even left? Thing is that the channel points cost you 750, and you need them for the giveaways as well. So, all right, let's take a look at what this value is at C9, which is this one here. You see, it's been written every frame. You can see it there. So yeah, the fact that the sprites worked at the bottom is kind of decent. Oh, but why did it kill me then? I shouldn't have killed me because I turned the death off. Oh, I didn't save the bloody file. Damn it! All right. Uh, oh man. What's this one? Voxel Nova. Yeah, there's some real nasty ones in there. Yeah, this is the thing. He said to me when he sent me them, he said he wanted to come up with something that just wasn't Googleable at all. And that's what he did. He successfully did it. Okay, let's try this. Move over to the Resident Evil for the last 45 minutes. I will only go till 1:30. I do want to get to bed on time tonight. Okay, so we're looking at C9, which is this one here, and it's only showing collisions that are happening between the lasers at the moment, which is fine. That's to be expected. But what we shouldn't see. Oh wait, because the problem here is now that I am touching the mask. So this is where the collision is a problem. You see, so I do need to do a bounding box check as well, because I'm touching the mask, but the lasers are touching each other. And because they're touching each other, then there's a collision. Okay. So the collision's going to need a little bit more work to work, but it's going to need a bounding box check. This is fine. It just means that we do a hardware collision check first, and then we can check against if that passes, we can check against the bounding box to see that it matches. And there is. Let's have a look. Let's say there I'm just inside. Oh yes, it's going to be a tricky one, but I might be able to shrink the bounding box to the player down a little bit, which I probably need to. So I'd be like that. Yeah, so it will be fine. Okay, cool. That's a tricky one. That is a bit of a pain in the ass and a bit of a tricky one. But so for instance, this would be inside the box. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky. All right. Your background is sort. Oh yeah, so you've got SP's one to go now. I think you've figured out this one, haven't you? So okay, I'm gonna call it a night there for the code. Then let's just put that down and let's move over to Resident Evil. So unfortunately, you're gonna lose all the things in a second. Debezi's have a space in the name, not in the actual. Not, you can put spaces in the name, but you won't get spaces in the in the value that it shows, because the file names don't have spaces in them. Let's go on to this. Go on to